How's it going? Today I'm gonna improvise in the theme Loro that some musicians called modern Xaxado. If you don't accept this term, you could say that it's a modern way of forró. It's a generical form of playing forró. All right. We say that this is a modern Xaxado because of the left hand. All right. And today I'm gonna study in a different way. I'm gonna alternate the subjects in order to rest my mind. I'm a little tired already now. I've done a lot of things till now, and I'm gonna show you in my method how I teach in my course for my students how I do to maintain my mind working and having results. Some of you have already had the experience, or I think all the musicians have this experience of studying some subject that takes so much energy of him, and you study for a few moments and you're already tired, you can't study anymore. And this is a problem because sometimes we will have so much thing to study, a lot of repertoire, a lot of new songs to learn in a few time. So this alternating method, it's important to make your mind comfortable, gain results of what you studied, and more capable of studying for more time. So today I'm gonna simulate one of these situations. I'm a little tired already, and I have to improvise in this theme that I've never improvised on it. So this technique will gonna help me to maintain my mind rested, my mind always prepared. It's a little counterintuitive because there are some ideas that you don't have to change the subject, but I see much more results when we change. All right, I'm testing. In the whole period of pandemics, I've tested in my students having online classes, and the result it's much better than keeping hard in just in one subject. One thing I would like to do before starting, it's to play the theme that I memorized yesterday with the harmony together. This is the little continuation of the yesterday's and the day before yesterday's process. And after that we are gonna start improvising and changing subjects, sometimes studying something out of the theme. In my course I give more details about that, of how much time you study something. I drew a program that if the students respect this program, he is going to have the results in the fewer time possible. All right. So let me try to remind the theme. I'm gonna close the page and try to remind what I've done yesterday. If I had some difficulty. So remember that I've done one live to memorize the melody, one live to memorize, 2 lives to memorize the harmony, and 1 live that I started to work the independence of hands. You may be saying that if you aren't a pianist, you may be saying that this is not for me because I'm not a pianist. But I want you to interpret this situation that uh, like a situation where you have difficulties in playing in some part of the music in your instrument. In piano, this is a common difficulty in Brazilian styles, but in your instrument can be, for example, the capability of tuning some note, or some part that is difficult to execute in the normal tempo. So interpret this part as a particularity of your instrument that you have to resolve in your playing. All right. So let's start the playing. I put here. I'm gonna play by heart first to remind what I've done yesterday, and I'm gonna start the process of improvising. All right. this in front of you because, for example, if you know a little and you could have realized that I have some that part I memorized yesterday that's not ready still. I remind all the details, but it's not ready still. Can be a different study, all right? That is the independence of hands to execute the theme. It could be an interesting thing to work, and the independence of hands to make the improvise also. All right. So these subjects can be ways that I'm gonna use to rest a little, to rest my mind, but rest in a active way. I'm gonna rest preparing another thing. So that's what I do studying so the first thing I would like to do, going to our main subject of today, it's improvising on the theme, alright, on the harmony of the theme. So one thing I recommend, I have told you in a lot of lives, if you are memorizing, if you are in the process of memorizing a theme, start make the memorization job, but when you're studying improvise reading, all right? And I'm gonna now open the page and study the first page and improvise reading the harmony, all right? You may avoid some confusion and some mistakes when you improvise. Let me see if the page is right. No, it's not right. All right, this is the first page. So let's do a lot of versions of the first page. It's sounding already musical. You have already musical phrases in this first page. Let's take the inspire of some parts of the melody, alright? think the first page is alright. So let's study a little of the second page, alright? Difficult between the measure 23 and 24 with these changes in between different E flats. Alright, let's study before a little of the previous measure, starting from the D in the measure 12. Let's go again. From the 12th bar. So I'm now committing some mistakes because I'm tired, like I said. So I'm gonna change the page. Don't fight. I won't fight with the page. The last page now. Let's start from 27. So I have the whole form yet in my mind. No, not memorized, but I've improvised in all chords. I recognize some difficult parts like this second part, second page, and the measure 23rd. Let's improvise a little in these two measures. changing already the part, I think I'm much more comfortable. Let me change just the image for you. I'm gonna improvise freely, besides beyond the through the theme, right? So it goes, alright? It goes. I've played in the whole form, but there are some problems I have to resolve. I think it's more comfortable to me now. But for example, I use the left hand. It's this, like I said to you, try to transform this situation I'm resolving now in the situation that you're gonna find in your instrumental, right? You don't need to play the piano to have other things to resolve. So I'm gonna repeat the exercise of independence that I've done yesterday. First, this is more for improvisation. A little problem in the 16th notes, alright? Now I'm gonna use syncopations, 8th note with 2/16 and inverted, like 2/16 with 1/80 note. Let me show you how I do. And this is the last, the 2/16 with 1/18. last two repeated notes with syncopation and dotted eighth note with 1/16. So I'm gonna study this, make more cycles. If you wanna know how to study the cycles, I've told in the yesterday's live that made me gain more results in a faster way in this exercise that yesterday I was not ready to do. And for example, we're gonna have some independence problems playing together with the melody. For example, so we resolve the second measure. Let me show you the page while I study a little the process of independence of hands, alright? One more time this first page. Alright, last time. So let's go to the second page, and I didn't resolve the problems yet. I'm just making my mind working in that problems passively, alright? Note that I've corrected something, but not it's not a real correction with details. I'm just preparing my brain to do this work without less stress. All right. Note how improved. Note that this measure is a little difficult from doing this. And last time. And I'm gonna tell. Note that this time in the measure 23 I did right, and all of the other tries I've done weren't right. That's my brain working in a passive way in it. All right. And remind that I'm studying the improvisation. All right. Again. The rhythm is improving. I think now my mind is new already to study more improvise inside the theme. Let me start. Let's see if we can recognize some results. that I'm much more free in this. It's not perfect yet, but I'm becoming free to improvising that in these harmonies. Alright, I made charges, I made slower ideas, repeat noted ideas. So I'm entering inside the language of the biome. Besides doing a lot of repetition and repetition, I changed the focus of my mind, did new exercise, did different exercise, and now I'm gaining more easiness to execute this. All right. And other thing I suggest you use the different I'm sorry, I lose the word. The different difficulties of the theme you are studying to alternate your mind. All right, your mind is gonna become new. I feel renewed. I could work, for example, now in other problem that is improvising slower. With the pattern here in the left hand. It's to sound inside this pattern. And there are a lot of pianistic things I would do that you can transport for your instrument. I'm sorry to repeat this again. But I think this is the work, that this is the job you have to go for it, alright? It's interesting if you see the other lives, the previous lives, you're gonna see the evolution of this theme on my mind. Even when I started just to memorize the melody, after that memorizing chords, and each day you do a little of this process. All right, you can like I said in my course, sometimes I give my students the program to they study and learn in a fast way what is important for that theme. Sometimes you have to know better the pattern, sometimes you have to know the harmony, sometimes the melody, and this I always talk with them and give what they have to do in that moment. And after doing and repeating this process a little, you're gonna realize that you are capable of doing yours and go directly where is important to you, what is important to you to study in that moment. All right, I am very grateful for you that are watching my channel. It's very interesting for me this experience, because I'm starting this year to give classes, that people we're gonna see in the YouTube, maybe tomorrow, maybe some months after, or you that are seeing now. It's very interesting, this experience. Please, if you like this experience, write down on the comments, and if you have doubts, suggestions, I'm here to hear you. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow for more quick tips and lives about the Brazilian accent improvisation. Thanks.